everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is McKenna for those of you who are new, and as you can see I am very comfy right now. It was so cold and I just wanted to warm up, so I put my giant sweatshirt blanket on and it's keeping me pretty warm, so don't mind that. So today's video I'm super excited about because I recently picked up the 35i Icy Fantasy palette by Morphe. I don't know if any of you have seen this, but this is like their pastel palette and I've been having a lot of fun with this lately, and so I thought it would be really fun to do like a 5-in-1, like 5 looks, 1 palette kind of video with this. So yeah, if you are interested in seeing the looks that I came up with, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom you guys in and we'll get started with the first look. Okay, hopefully this is a good angle so that you guys can see. So real quickly, I'm just going to take off the mascara that I have and then prime my eyes. I'm just going to prime my eyes with this concealer by L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Full Wear Concealer. So I'm just going to use this in between each eye look just to, I guess, make sure that the shadows like look the best. So I'm going to do that real quick and I will be right back. Oh my gosh. So as I was removing my mascara, I think I wiped a little bit too hard because my contact got all messed up and was like up behind my eyelid, so that was fun. If you wear contacts and can relate to that, comment down below because it happens all the time when you accidentally rub your eyes too much and then your contact is like stuck in the back of your eye. Never fun. Okay, so I've got my eyes primed and now we can jump into the fun of the palette. So the first look that I'm going to do is something that's really super easy, so if you just want like a really quick look, this is honestly great for that. Also, I guess I should show the inside of the palette, huh? So this is what the inside looks like. Obviously mine's kind of dusty because I've used it a couple times. And then it does come with the sheet on the inside that tells you all the colors. This isn't really my favorite thing. It's probably the only complaint I have with this palette. I wish that they just had the names like right underneath the shadows, but what you gonna do? Anyway, so for the very first look, we're gonna be using this color here, and this color is called Chill Thrill. It's a really pretty mint green kind of color, and mint green is by far like my favorite color, so I'm really excited for this. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a kind of fluffy blending brush and just pack that shade on there. One thing to keep in mind when you're working with pastel shadows is that they require a lot of like building up to get a lot of pigmentation. You're not going to get that pigmentation like instantly, so you definitely have to kind of like be patient and keep working with it. But I'm just like tapping my brush into this color and working that in my crease, making it like most pigmented in the crease, and then I'm going to buff it out so that it gets lighter as it goes up to my brow bone. And then just do the exact same thing on the other eye. One nice thing about working with pastels and really like light colors is I feel like it's a little bit more forgiving. Like you can kind of be a little bit messier with it and don't have to be quite as precise. Obviously you don't want to just like, you know, smear it everywhere. But I do feel like it's kind of a little bit easier to blend out, and it's just a little bit easier because the colors aren't quite so harsh. This is actually the very first look that I did when I got this palette. I wanted to use this green color because I am so obsessed with mint green. Okay, so then after we have that, I'm going to go in with another fluffy brush. This one's just a little bit flatter. It's not quite as round. And we're just going to take that exact same color and put that along our lower lash line. Again, you definitely have to dip your brush into the eyeshadow quite frequently, but it is pretty easy to build the color up. Okay, so now that I have that color on my bottom lash line and then blended into my crease, I'm going to go into this shimmer shade right here. This is called Thaw Yeah. And I'm actually just going to use my finger to apply this. I'm going to apply this color kind of on the middle to outer part of my lid. I actually haven't tried applying the shimmers with a brush, so I'm not quite sure how they apply. I feel like with a lot of shimmers, I tend to apply them with my finger because I feel like you get better color payoff. Okay, so now that I have that shimmer shade on the outer 2/3 of my eye, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This one is called Flash Freeze right here. And I'm going to put this on the inner corner and then blend it out into the shimmer shade that we just added. So I'm just going to wipe away any of the fallout that I got. Okay, and then the very last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a really small kind of pointed brush, and I'm going to take the white shade up at the top here. This is called Whiteout, and I'm going to add that into the inner corner. Okay, so next I'm just going to add some mascara and some lashes, and I'll be back to show you the final product. Hey everyone, so I'm back. So I just put some mascara on my top and bottom lashes, and then I added some falsies. So the falsies that I'm using are by Ardell. They're the Demi Wispies. Yeah, so this is the first look. It's super simple, very monochromatic. But the kind of cool thing is that you can do this look with literally any color in the palette, because there's a matte and a shimmer that kind of corresponds with each color. So this is a very easy look to recreate and super simple. So if you're looking for something that's just kind of quick to do and you kind of just want a light color all over the eye, then definitely try this one out. So I'm just going to take everything off, reprime my eyes, and then I'll be back for the second look. Okay, so my eyes are once again primed. We're back to the nakedness. And yeah, so let's get ready for look 2. So this one is going to be a little bit more colorful by adding some more dimension in there. So the first color that I'm going to jump into is this orange kind of corally shade right here. That one is called Coral Cloud. And I'm going to use the same fluffy blending brush that I used for the last look. And I'm going to just dip my brush in here, and I'm going to apply this in the crease on the first half of my eye. This color is so much fun. It honestly reminds me of an orange highlighter. But it's so much fun to work with. Okay, so now that I have that color focused in the first half of my eye, I'm going to dip into this kind of yellow-green sort of shade here. This one is called Echo, and I'm going to put this then on the second half of my eye. So I'm going to start by putting it in the outer corner and then work my way in and blend it into the orange shade. Okay, so now that I've got that green color, so then I'm going to go in with that same orange color that we used. I'm going to go in here in the inner half of my bottom lash line, and then put the green on the outer half of the bottom lash line. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is go into this really light kind of goldish sort of shade. This one is called Snow Glow, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And I'm going to take a tiny little bit of that on my pinky and just put that on the inner corner as well. Okay, so once again, I added mascara and lashes, so this is the final look. Like I said, this one's super fun, like for summer or spring, something like that, because these colors are like so bright and neon. It's honestly kind of like having highlighters on your eyes. The cool thing about this look, kind of similar to the first one, is that you can use pretty much like any colors in the palette to do this. You can use any two colors that you think would look good together. So let's move on to look number 3. Hey guys, so it's a new day. Yesterday I was going to film all of the makeup looks and then start editing them. And when I went to check the camera after I finished doing all of the looks, only 2 of them recorded. So I have to redo 3 of them, which just sucks. The worst part is that yesterday when I was doing them, like I did one look right after another, and so my eyelids got like so sore from rubbing all the makeup off, and now like I have to put them through that again. It just sucks. Like, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna get right on to look number 3, and yeah, I hope that you guys like it. And I hope that my eyelids can make it through this video. Okay, so look number 3 is going to be a little bit different than some of the other ones because it's going to be a little bit more on the neutral and simple side. So I'm going to be jumping, not really jumping. I'm going to dip into this color down here at the very bottom. This color is called Hush, and it's a nice like taupey brown kind of shade. It almost has a little bit of like a gray tone in it also. And I'm just going to use a fluffy brush and put this all in the crease. So for this look, I'm really more so just going for something that gives my eyelid just a tiny bit more definition. I really don't want this color to get super dark. I'm kind of just using it to give my eyelid a little bit more depth. So we're just going to blend that into the crease. Make sure that you blend it really well and that there's no harsh edges or anything. This third look is so easy, especially if you know, are kind of running late and you need something super quick to do. This look is perfect for that. Okay, so as you can see, I just kind of tried to define my crease a little bit. It's nothing crazy dramatic or anything. But it just gives your eyelids like a little bit more definition. So then next, I'm going to use just a small pointed brush, and I'm going to be dipping into this blue shimmer shade right here. This shade is called Cold Snap. And what we're going to be doing with this is we're going to put this in the inner corner of our eye, carry it down the bottom lash line here just a little bit, and then carry it up just the slightest bit. So we kind of are forming like a triangle on that inner corner. So this look is really fun because it is so neutral, but then you have like that slight pop of color in the inner corner. And what's also really fun about this look is that you can do this with literally any color. So if you don't want to do blue, you can do purple or pink, or literally any color in this palette works. So it's super fun, and you can definitely kind of change it up to what you're feeling for that day. As you can see, I'm really not taking that blue in very far on my actual eyelid. I'm kind of just trying to blend it out from that very inner corner and just almost blend it like into nothing. Okay, so then once we've got the inner corner lined with that blue, I'm going to go back into that Hush shade, and then I'm just going to carry that down to the bottom lash line just so that it blends nicely. Again, you don't want to be super heavy with this because this is a much more like natural, soft kind of look. Okay, so I'm just going to once again go add some mascara and eyelashes, and then I will show you the finished look. Okay, so this is the third look after lashes and mascara. I really like the way that this one looks. It's so like natural and very like effortless looking, but I think that like having the pop in that inner corner is just really fun. So yeah, so this is look number 3, so let's move on to look number 4. Okay, so for look number 3, this one is also going to be a little bit more like on the wearable side, not quite so like poppy and, you know, full of neon colors and everything. It's kind of actually good for like a night out sort of look. So the first color that we're going to be dipping into is this one down here. This one is called Arctic Abyss, and it's kind of like a purple grayish kind of color. And so this one I'm going to put on the outer crease and really focus it on that outer corner and just blend inward. But I really want like the most pigmentation to be in that outer corner, so I don't want to put too much anywhere else. So I'm just going to kind of pack that on the outer corner, and then once I have a little bit more color on there, then I'll start blending it inward. Okay, so once we've got that kind of buffed into the crease and then that outer corner, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up this purple shimmer shade down here at the bottom, and this color is called Cosmic Cool, and I'm going to just use my finger to apply this, and I'm going to put this on the outer half of my lid. Okay, so then once we've got that shimmer shade on, then I'm going to jump into this color up at the top here. This color is called Spellbinding, this light purple kind of color. And I'm going to put this then on the inner corner of my eye. Okay, so now that we've got that, I'm just going to wipe away any fallout that we might have. Okay, so then I'm going to jump into that color that we first started with, the Arctic Abyss shade, and I'm going to drag that down to the outer corner of my bottom lash line. And then the very last thing to do for this look is I'm going to jump into this shade right here. This one is called Snow Glow, and I'm just going to put this on the very inner corner just as an inner corner highlight. Okay, so this is look number 4. This one is really fun because it's kind of like a smoky eye sort of thing, but there's also like that hint of purple undertones in there. So this time I actually used a different set of lashes. These ones are the Little Black Dress lashes by Kiss, so it's just a little bit of a different style. Yeah, so this is the look number 4. I guess let's move on to the 5th and final look. So for the 5th and final look, I am just going to go all out and have a bunch of fun playing with all the different colors and see what kind of crazy look I can come up with. So the first color I'm going to be dipping into is this shade up here, this greenish yellow kind of shade. This one's called Echo, and I'm going to put this on the inner corner here, in the crease as well as on my lid too. You want this color on like the first third of your eye because I'm going to try to use 3 colors on top. Okay, so the next shade I'm going to be dipping into is this one right here, this orangish corally kind of shade, and this one is called Coral Cloud. So on the exact same brush, I'm just going to start where I ended the greenish kind of color and put this on the middle part of my eye. I think there's like a dry patch on my eye, like right above my eyelashes, because it doesn't seem like any color wants to stick there. Probably because my eyelids were so dry yesterday. And now I'm torturing them again today. Alright, so then we're going to jump into this kind of like bubblegum pink sort of color. This color is called Sky High, and then I'm going to put that on the outer third. Okay, so now that I have the top 3 shades on there, I am going to work on my bottom lash line. And so the first color I'm going to dip into is this blue shade right here. This one is called Into the Blue. And I'm going to put this on the first half of my bottom lash line. Okay, so once we have that blue color, then I'm going to dip into the purple right next to it. This color is called Dreamer. And that color, as you might be able to guess, we're going to put on the outer half of our bottom lash line. Okay, so this is the fifth and final look. I absolutely love how this one turned out. This is so much fun. It's a really fun look, and I definitely would recommend you guys giving it a try if you get this palette. So yeah, I guess that's everything. Those are the 5 looks that I came up with, but there's honestly so many more that you can do with this palette, so it's not limiting whatsoever. If you guys have this palette already, let me know. If you're thinking about getting it, let me know that too. I'd be kind of curious. But I think that this palette is super fun. I really like it. It's probably not everyone's cup of tea, but it is really fun, and you can definitely get some really neat looks with it. If any of you guys recreate any of these looks, let me know. I would love to see how they turned out. And yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this video and that you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.